Hey, what's up? It's Maeve. So, I wanted to do a little video, an introduction video to the Morrigan. Since it is Cancer season and we need to be celebrating the Divine Feminine, our return to matriarchy. I think I heard Timothy Halloran refer to it as a satriarchy, sacred divine union between the divine feminine, divine masculine. Anyway, the move away from patriarchy. So to celebrate that, to initialize that, I have been working with the Morrigan. That is this goddess. Now, the Morrigan is basically 3 separate sisters, I guess you would say, they each have a position in the Morrigan. Basically, they combine forces to be the Morrigan. That's why it's singular instead of plural. And I want to do a couple of videos going over what I've learned about the Morrigan. Now, I'm not an expert. I've just read a little bit about the Morrigan, so I'm sharing on my channel what I've learned. So I'm just going to say that. And this is the Morrigan. Now, I like Celtic mythology. It was my introduction to the tarot through Celtic symbolism, mythology, and also my background being an Irish woman, basically. I have distinct Irish heritage that plays a big role in my life in this lifetime and previous lifetimes, I believe. So it's a huge interest of mine. So hopefully you'll get something out of these videos. And I'll probably just do a little bit at a time because it's a lot to take in. And also I'm working on what's taken me so long, because I would just do one whole video about it, but there's a lot of writing in this book and descriptions in Gaelic. And Gaelic is very hard for non-Gaelic speakers to pronounce, and I don't want to fluff it up. I'll just say I don't want to mess it up. So out of respect for the Gaelic language, I don't want to butcher it. So let me just read this, and we'll start with this introduction to the Morrigan. She's the spirit of fury and peace, power and destruction, joy and terror. She is warrior, queen, death omen, mother, murderer, lover, spy, conspirator, fairy, shapeshifter, healer, and sometimes the living earth itself. A captivating contradiction. A demonic female who both haunts and heals. Benevolent in one moment, ghastly in the next, and kind the moment after that. Now, let me just give her credit. This book is by Courtney Weber, and it's so interesting. And I'm sorry for the shadow. I have to do these videos when I feel motivated to do them, otherwise they'll never get done. This is the other reason why I was waiting. If you hear my neighbors, they play music loud every night around this time. Let's see, what time is it? Yeah, it's getting to be that late hour when they're gonna start blaring their music. So it's really hard for me to, first of all, stay focused. Secondly, to deal with the noise and have a decent video. So anyway, I'll try to do my videos in the daytime, I guess. I don't feel motivated because I want to be outside in the daytime. So, but here's why I think it's timely for this message for me to share. Now, if you don't believe in deities, or if you don't work with deities, that's perfectly fine. And I'm not telling you should or should not or anything. It's just something I'm interested in, and I thought maybe other people interested in it. I thought other people might be interested as well, because it's a fascination of mine. And ever since I started my enlightenment journey, my spiritual journey, whatever you want to call it, away from Catholicism and Christianity, even though I still find some of my beliefs are grounded in old. I really don't know. I've got to be honest and say I really don't know what I believe. But I just know that I'm drawn to the Morrigan. And I'm not saying, I'm against God or anything. I still believe in God very much. But I think God's in all of us, including people that can be bad, people that are good. That's all of us. And I think that we need to be reminded that we are human and we have all aspects within us, which is why I really like her description of the Morrigan. It's everyone. That Whitney Houston song, I'm Every Woman. The Morrigan is every woman and man who finds themselves drawn to the Morrigan, because there are men that are drawn to the Morrigan also, and who work with deities and goddesses and things like that. I love the thought of a goddess. And a lot of the time I was trying to read about, now I really like Hinduism and some of the goddesses that are representing that as well, but it's not something that it doesn't resonate as much with me, being that I have a Celtic background, which I can trace to this life. I think it just makes more sense to me to kind of learn more about that or explore that. Now, I'm not saying that I didn't spend other lifetimes, in other parts of the world, or my ancestors didn't. I don't know, but do you hear that? Again, that's why I have a donation thing on my Cash App for me to move out of here, because it's just so aggravating. I know there are people that are dealing with way worse, so trust me, I'm glad I have a place to live, but nevertheless, it's very frustrating to live when it gets worse throughout the night. It gets louder and louder. Anyway, so I think that this is timely, because, and I'll go ahead and give him a shout out, not that he needs it. He's got a lot of followers and a lot of people that really resonate with him. His name is Timothy Halloran, Rasa Lila Healing. I just love how grounded he keeps his energy and how he portrays things that are going on in astrology in a digestible manner. So if you're into astrology and you kind of get what I'm saying about the time and why this is prevalent, you might like what Timothy has to say if you haven't explored him and his channel already. So what I just was saying, the Morrigan, she's the good and the bad, quote unquote good and bad, because really God's the only one that can decide what is good and bad. And I think that's what we need to remind ourselves, because there's a lot of pointing the fingers at people, especially in religious groups, and also I've noticed in the spiritual community itself, there's a lot of divisiveness. It starts with these tarot videos that say they were a narcissist, they were against you, they were doing black magic against you. That has to stop, because it really is turning us against our own self, because there's a part of you that also resonates with that. It's the part that you don't want to look at. So just keep that in mind. It's not easy to accept the darker sides of us, but I think that the more we accept it, the more we are willing to listen to other people's pain and sympathize with it. And so the Morrigan kind of represents that. And okay, let me go back to say why I was drawn to the Morrigan was I have been sought out or chosen by crows to work with them in a spiritual way. They are very much present in my physical reality. I see them every day. They They talk at me. They follow me. I've seen them doing circles around me, kind of, and I look at it, maybe I'm wrong, but I look at it as a protective force. They are angels to me. I know they're black and people think they mean death and all of that, but no, they're helping me through my transformations in this life, and I believe that 100%. They leave me feathers. I mean, this is something that I have quote unquote proof of. So nevertheless, that's what drew me to the Morrigan. I believe they have chosen me also to work with them. So the crow or raven is my spirit animal, and the Morrigan are represented there I said it again are represented by the crows. And there's usually 3, and 3 is also a very significant number for me, as of many of you, I'm sure. So I'm going to do some additional videos about this and the Morrigan, and how we can maybe find out more about her. I'll just say her, even though there's 3 of them. I'll just say them. And how we can best work with them in these times and going forward in our journeys. So if that's something that interests you, then check out the additional videos I'll be doing. I'll probably do one tomorrow because I'm going to try to do this again during the day, but I just wanted to get one out just to kind of give you an idea of what I was working on for my channel right now. Is I'm doing a lot of reading, I'm doing research, and I'm hoping to bring some cool material on here. I'm going to do also some reading of books and audiobooks and things like that, because I like listening to them. So, and I've been told I have a soothing voice. So perhaps reading some of the material might be something that you might be interested in. So if so, look out for that. And again, this is Maid Maiden. I appreciate the subscribers I do have, and any likes that you give on my videos. I really do appreciate that. And I just want to say, I hope you and your family and loved ones are well, and take care.